I'm in the Kewaskum section right now. And just a little road to cross on D and up here. This is kind of, probably kind of a little itchy, but it's pretty overgrown, but it's really pretty, except for the telephone poles up there, but it's kind of cool. I mean, this trail really, I'm learning a lot. It just traverses a lot of different places, terrain. It really kind of puts you in touch with a lot of people in different places too. And then back into nature. So, where I guess I thought that it would be all about nature, I guess that the nature, pun intended, of these trails, any kind of long distance trail hiking, is to just be, across the land in whatever way, shape, or form it takes. And the Ice Age Trail certainly does that. But what I've really found too is that there's a good group of volunteers from the Ice Age Trail that are really kind of banding together and bonding together to try to make things happen and help out with creating awareness around the Ice Age Trail and around the nature, of course, which is my nature to do. But anyway, so soon, this is getting to be a little far away now from my home in Williams Bay. So this is about 2 hours away, hour and a half or so. So soon, we will be doing a little bit more extensive trips, just to segment hike to 3 or 4, maybe 5 days at a time, just hiking every day and camping. So it should take on a really different experience for me, which I'm really looking forward to. Anyway, looks like it's mowed right up here. The volunteers really do a good job of maintaining trails. Oh, this is so much more interesting. But I'm really glad I stopped and put my bug suit on. But look at how long the grasses are in here. I'm sure up north I'm going to probably encounter a lot of that. But yeah, the grasses are pretty wet even. But it's so much more interesting. Oh, it's so pretty in here. And actually, I'm finding that the more I'm doing this, just really lately, I'm becoming more and more connected to doing this and to it being an actual, I hate the word job, but kind of like a job of instilling awareness, being who I am and being on purpose in life and finding more and more of that purpose when you start to head in those footsteps in that direction. It can be really scary to do, to so-called quote-unquote live the dream, because it doesn't always mean it's easy. Gosh, in fact, so much of it is emotionally or more mentally, because we're trained so much here in this world society to think with our heads and not so much with our hearts. But when you start to go from the heart, it takes a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of courage, maybe a lot of courage, to actually walk those footsteps and to take some chances, because you're really stepping outside of the box, and outside the box with what some of your friends or your family might quite agree with. And the more you step out of it, the more unfamiliar it is to most people. When you find that it's unfamiliar to most people, you start to sometimes feel a little alone in it. And I've gone through that, and even have had, some people that you think are your friends just really pretty much alienate. I think you scare the living pants off of them or something. But when you think about it, though, it's the way that we always used to be. I mean, before we had so much stuff, before we were much more of a materialistic society. Look at that creek. That's the stuff you come across that's so rich. And on this side too. And back to what I was saying, before we became such a materialistic society based on things versus who we are and our hearts, it was familiar to everybody pretty much. Maybe we farmed because it was what we were born into or whatever, but life was just so much simpler, seemingly so, from this point of view. And anyway, so I guess my whole point is that I'm feeling more and more comfortable, and the more and more I do this, wow, there's a little pretty dragonfly. lots of pretty dragonflies, the more comfortable you become stepping towards, those dreams. And you don't really know sometimes how, but you start to go there and the hows become revealed to you. And actually, like for me, the trail's teaching me. It's more like kind of as you walk along, it teaches you one footstep at a time. The trail changes on this trail, Ice Age Trail, a lot. And I first came in here really just, hoping to have nature experiences. But I'm finding that every pathway, even when it's hard, like yesterday, just being on the road the whole time and really not liking that too much, but trying to stay present, trying to surrender to it and be okay with it. And I was. It was grueling. It wasn't as much fun. But it's all part of it. I mean, when you decide to live your dream, whatever that might be, and sometimes when you start to live your dream, you find out that your dream really, that what you thought was your dream is really just a little tiny subset of what it really is all about. And I found that to be with photography. First it was all about photography, and now it's more about, photography is a result of experiences. And the experiences are the super, super rich part of it all. And then you find that, it's environmental in nature, but it's more than that. It's environmental in nature. It's about stimulating other people's insides, their hearts, by example. And so anyway, that's really kind of where I'm at right now. And in doing so and in doing this, I'm finding more and more purpose to it all the time. And it kind of started by seemingly accident. These are my favorite little parts where the trail goes into the woods. And so you can just see this nice little single track trail in this prairie area. It's actually really pretty overlook where I came in off of a pretty road section. So today's section in this area is just really astoundingly beautiful. But you can see where it's just really fun there's a nice blue spruce tree, pretty. But just how you enter the forest parts are really nice. And I think this is just a short little jaunt. But see, it's like the enchanted forest. And then there's those times you come out into a field. I came out over there, and there's no trail sign at all. In fact, I see a white post up there, and I was thinking it looks like it has a little yellow thing on it, but I can't tell. Looks like there's a trail over here. So I actually pulled up my little map that I have on my iPhone for this trail, and found Prospect Avenue is the way I'm supposed to be going towards a road, and it's this way. So sometimes you're like doing some serious trying to figure out. You end up in these places, and it's really fun. I mean, it's a blast trying to kind of figure it out. But yeah, it looks like you follow this tractor road up here. I didn't really want to walk through this guy's field, but gosh, there's still that sign up there, that thing, little post, and it looks like it's got a yellow sign on top of it, but just seems so strange that he'd take you through his field. But maybe, who knows? I still may be lost, but I'm just going to look for a sign up here that takes me back into the woods, perhaps. I don't know. Just sometimes you have no idea and you wander aimlessly. Oh, I think I see something. I think I do. That actually might have been it. I can't imagine a farmer wanting me to walk right in the middle of his field or being okay with that. But I have to say, I so appreciate the farmers that have and landowners that have allowed the Ice Age Trail to transverse their property, because I mean, basically they're giving you access to their property along the Ice Age Trail, which is really, really generous. And if any of you farmers are watching this, I'd just like to really thank you. You really help to make other people aware of what's out here in nature. And I think that's a really grand thing. I think I was supposed to go through his field. That just seems so odd. Yeah, I saw footsteps too, like somebody else might have been there, but it looks like I can get here this way too, without trouncing on his plants, or her. Well, you're supposed to take the Ice Age Trail under Highway 45, which is a busy highway. I'm really glad it's not rush hour right now, because as I went down here, I thought, oh, this would be fun. Yeah, if I had waders on or something. It's so I'm gonna, hey, I was used to all this crazy traffic yesterday, so I'm just gonna cross Highway 45.